The stock delete, the newest one I was working on, is finished. This is the one where I relocated the battery up here into like a dummy scope, I guess is what I'd call it. So this is started off as an EMERBU Gen 8.5 receiver. So that's what we got here. The back end where the stock attaches, the buffer tube attaches, had been broken off. So I thought, let's see what we can do with that. Now, unfortunately, this is only going to be automatic, no safety, no semi-automatic. The little switches on the EMERBUs are spring-loaded, right? So behind this little piece is a tiny spring with a plastic ball. And this one was missing that. Now, I tried to take a little piece of spring that was the same size and use that instead. However, it's not working. So this one is just going to be automatic all the time, which isn't the end of the world. It's not a perfect situation, but it's really not that big a deal. But that's something to be aware of. If you ever take your Gen 8.5s apart, there's a little spring with a metal ball on the other side of this, and that basically allows it to click in place when you're turning it. And if you lose that, then you're going to lose those functions. So, of course, after everything was done, put together, I found one. But instead of taking it apart right now, I'm just going to go ahead and leave it as it is. So let me show you up close, right? So this is that color that looks very much white to me, but it's considered some sort of shade of gray. Went with kind of a hexagon theme through here. So we got some hexagon, just basically decorative panels on the side. Up top is the rail cover. And again, I typically do that a lot when I make handguards, even though they go on there, onto that factory spot, they click in there fine. It just gives them more stability. So I think that's always good. Put a little grip down here that I had left over. And then you can see out here, we've got a little threaded tip on there. So I thought I grabbed a regular or standard length metal barrel for this, but it turns out the one I grabbed was actually one that had been cut and was slightly longer. So again, not a big deal, just slightly longer barrel. However, when those have been cut like that, there's always the chance that if you didn't cut it perfectly smooth, you might slow down the gel balls a little bit. And I've shot it a little bit, it's still at 250 plus FPS, so I'm okay with that. But sometimes I can push these up quite a bit higher than that. However, I didn't mess around with anything else. So since that piece was broken off, just went with that back here. And then the big thing was putting an auxiliary port here where the forward assist button goes, and then plugging that in and have an auxiliary port here on the side of the dummy scope. And then you just pull the cap off of this, and there's actually a ton of room in there for batteries. It's actually quite large. So that's how that works. Thought I made a little piece up here that has a little rail so that you can have an optic up there, since this one really isn't going to do anything. And you can see this does have the kind of kill flash on the front because, again, it's hiding the battery in there. So overall, I like the looks of it. I think it's a cool color combination. I still incorporated some black because I don't like painting magazines and I don't like painting grips, just because even if you do a perfect job, any heavy touch points like that, those two especially, or rub points, the paint's not going to stay nice there. So there it is. It's my stock delete with the dummy scope battery Relo. So first time I've tried that in this type of model. I think it turned out pretty good. Let me know what you think. Of course, we'll do a demo. We'll shoot it a little bit. We'll see where we're at for FPS. I told you kind of already that I know we're about right around 250. So, all right, comments, please post them, guys. That really helps me out. The more comments you post, the better. The more videos you like, the better. And of course, make sure you're subscribed and you tell other people to subscribe. The more all that stuff that I get going, the more stuff I'll give away. So, happy to give away to all of those who support me. All right, so thanks again. Hopefully you had a great summer. Now these are posting into September, so good luck on the September giveaway once that starts. And of course, every month you get the chance to win about $200 worth of blasters and accessories on my channel.